At the personal invitation of Pastor Mark Burns, spiritual advisor to President Donald J. Trump, the ALLATRA delegation, represented by its President Maryna Ovtsynova, USA, and volunteer Marketa Vackova from Czech Republic, took part in a 4-day mission to South Korea. The purpose of the visit was to support democratic principles, including freedom of speech and freedom of religion, the protection of human rights, and the advancement of spiritual diplomacy through peaceful dialogue and mutual respect. Led by Pastor Burns, the delegation attended a court hearing related to Mrs. Hak Ja Han Moon, widely known as the Mother of Peace, and publicly expressed support for her during this critical moment.
Well, that message is a warning to all faiths around the world, especially those here in Korea. If they will come after one faith, they'll come after all faiths. If they come after one religion, they will eventually come after all religions. They may attack the cross today and the Quran tomorrow. At the end of the day, it is a warning to everyone that is dangerous when you begin to attack religious freedoms. It is one of the basic concepts of freedom. It's a precursor for potential downfall of democracy. And that's how I view this. That's the danger that's at play. That when you are in Nazi Germany of World War II, when you're inside of Berlin, you don't know you're the bad guys until other people tell you that you're the enemy. When you're here and you are in the middle of seeing religious liberties slowly being taken away, freedom slowly being taken away, First Amendment rights slowly, well, we call it First Amendment rights in America, but the free speech, freedom of press, slowly been taken away. You don't know that these things are happening when you're right in the center of it, but the rest of the world see that it's happening. So right now, there's a massive alarm that's ringing. You go after free thinkers. You go after people who have the ability to think outside the box. And faith is the glue that binds us together. If you want to control a society, you go after those minds who have the ability to think outside of the norm or what most people may believe. And so to go after Dr. Han, Mother Moon, is again a symbol, a precursor of what could come. When you look at every fall of every nation where democracy has fallen, you will have seen, whether it been Russia, or whether it been China, even in Iran, you will see religious leaders are one of the first people to be attacked, one of the first people to be silenced. And that's the danger and the message that's been sent around the world for the persecution of Mother Moon, Dr. Han, also for Reverend San, and for the other leaders who are under attack, but not just the religious leaders, even the political leaders that are being attacked. Again, for me, this is a clear sign and a danger and a warning. We're here to operate under spiritual diplomacy. We're not here to attack the government. We're not here to attack any leaders in Korea, but we're here to do what treaties cannot do. We're here to communicate a language that weapons cannot communicate. We bring wisdom, not weapons. And we speak to the heart of the matter. Again, as I just stated, Mother Han is the ultimate spiritual diplomat, especially when it comes to the unification of this nation. I think very, very few leaders, spiritual leaders, have such a great, strong connection directly with Kim Jong-un that could soften his heart and to reunify these two great nations together. Spiritual diplomacy takes us all over the world. And it allows us to go into rooms where policies and politics are unable to go. Spiritual leaders can. And I believe that's what's happening right now. I was able to meet with several of your political leaders here in Korea. We won't name them, but I'm able to meet with them as a spiritual diplomat. That's the same in Ukraine. That's the same in India. That's the same in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Eswatini, nations around the world. I'm able to meet with prime ministers, presidents, kings alike in the name of spiritual diplomacy. And it's happening right here in Korea. So my message to the people of Korea, keep God first. Make God great again in Korea. And get back to the place to where you honored God in every aspect of this great nation.
Pastor Burns also met personally with Mrs. Moon at the detention center where she is currently being held. During this meeting, he delivered a message of spiritual diplomacy, a message grounded in compassion, dignity, and the pursuit of peace.
This is spiritual persecution at the highest level. And that's the power of spiritual diplomacy. I'm able to come. Reverend Greg Locke is able to come under the banner of spiritual diplomacy to go around the world. He's leaving here, going to Taiwan in the name of spiritual diplomacy to speak to the kings of the world, to speak to the leaders of the world, to introduce the moral compass that has evaded us around the world. We have to have spiritual diplomacy so that we can go beyond borders. We can go beyond policies. We go beyond treaties. We don't carry weapons. We carry the word of God.
Yes, this is really just the open door, because more of this is happening right here in South Korea. And if the people don't stand up and speak out and push back against this, religious infringement, then what she's experiencing and what others are experiencing, the whole church is going to experience.
Absolutely.
COVID taught us so much. Even the United States of America, they're coming for our rights.
Yes.
And if we don't stand up for them now, our children's children are going to suffer.
Yes.
And so this is not time to be all sweet and kind. We have to be bold.
Yes.
Real boldness is born in adversity.
Pastor Burns handed over the badge of spiritual diplomat to Reverend Damian Dunkley, the chairman and president of Family Federation for World Peace and Unification in USA.
First of all, I'm so blessed and honored to be able to pen my dear brother, Reverend Damian Dunkley, who is an epitome of what we call a spiritual diplomat. He operates in spiritual diplomacy around the world. Being a spiritual leader who understands the authority that's been given to you, that's been invested into you, is to serve people and not to lord over people. You serve. And that gives me the honor and the privilege to bestow upon you the spiritual diplomat pen of the United States of America, that this is a symbol that wherever you go, you will speak to the kings of the world. You will speak to the presidents of the world, the ambassadors, the prime ministers of the world, bringing peace, carrying the wisdom of God and not weapons, going beyond treaties, going beyond policy, going beyond politics, and carrying the heart of loving people. And so in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I bestow unto you, my dear brother, Reverend Dunkley, Dr. Dunkley, as a full-fledged spiritual diplomat to carry the gospel to the kings of the world.
The delegation also participated in the U.S. VIP fact-finding roundtable, convening religious leaders, human rights advocates, and international observers to confront mounting challenges facing Christian leaders in South Korea. Later, the delegation visited the Unification Church Temple, where Pastor Burns addressed those present with his message. The delegation also visited Sagero Church, where Pastor Burns expressed solidarity with the community and reaffirmed the importance of democratic principles, human rights, and freedom of religion during a challenging period, as its leader, Pastor Sun, remains in detention.
That's why we are here from the United States of America to tell everybody that what's happening to Pastor Song is spreading around the world, and that he is literally one of the cases. As I said to him directly, I said his case right now is one of the cases that is being talked about and seen and communicated at the highest level of United States government.
That's how important Pastor Sung is to the world and what is happening to this injustice. But he's using it as an opportunity to not spread fear, to not spread hatred, to not spread some type of a fake revolution, but to spread the love of God, the joy of Jesus, to bring unity to Korea, to bring unity to the men and the women of God, and that this nation may be the nation that honors God and brings the love and peace around the world. So as I talk today, every open door will draw adversity. So this is a sign to Sagero Church and the entire world, the Christian world, that there's an opportunity that's like never before that's going to change and shift the whole paradigm of this great nation. Thank you, Pastor Son, for teaching us and showing us how to act in a desperate situation, how to turn my mess into a miracle. And that's what he's teaching us to do. God bless you. We love you, and I can't wait to see you again.
The delegation's involvement underscores a deepening global resolve to protect core freedoms and ensure religious communities can practice their faith free from persecution. ALLATRA holds that spiritual diplomacy, open dialogue, and mutual respect are vital paths to justice and lasting stability.
Hello, my spiritual diplomats from around the world. This is Pastor Mark Burns. I am so excited. We got a new date where all spiritual leaders, faith leaders from around the world are all heading to Washington, D.C., January the 22nd at the U.S. Capitol, where imams, rabbis, pastors, priests, all faith leaders from all over the world are coming together under one voice, under one sound to say, we will fight for religious freedoms around the world. We will stand together to help end conflicts. We will use a network of leaders, global leaders, faith leaders from around the world who operate in spirituality and also in politics, knowing how to communicate in their countries, how to end violence, how to end conflict, and remind the kings of the world what their assignment is. And that is to be a leader of peace and to serve the voiceless and the people that they've been elected to serve. So if you believe you are a spiritual diplomat and you fit this bill, no matter what faith you are part of, I want you to go to spiritualdiplomats.org, spiritualdiplomats.org. Register for free. And now listen, the seating is very limited. We're already getting hundreds of people that are coming to this conference in January the 22nd here in Washington, D.C. But if you're coming and you register for free, we have a very special spiritual diplomat pin that we're giving every person that comes to register to be a part of this global phenomenon. Remember, spiritual diplomats, we don't carry weapons, we carry the wisdom of God and faith for the whole world together. Let's fight together. Let's bring the nations and the world together in the conflicts around the world. Meet me January the 22nd here in Washington, D.C. at the U.S. Capitol.